Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you for being over here and talking to Mums and Stories.
my pleasure.
Uh, all of us would like to know, particularly, how tough or an adaptive or a permissive parent you are.
As a parent, uh, I'm not very strict. Maybe I'm somewhere on the edge of being a bit permissive, but I try to control them in my own way. Especially, I control them on their spending, habits. Every time they ask me something, I don't easily give in to them. They have to ask me about 10 times before before I buy anything for them, because most of them, what they ask, I feel they're not so necessary, and I don't feel I should encourage consumerism. I try to instill values of sincerity and honesty, and I try to tell them how important studies are in life, and how important it is to come up oneself, do well for oneself in life, and so on. And apart from that, I sometimes tell them stories during bedtime or otherwise, mainly from Panchatantra and so on. Yeah, so I try to give them quality time. Let's see how they grow up. I mean, the efforts are on.
That's a different side to you. So many of us would have understood today. What would you like to tell other mothers, other women, especially when they get into this phase of marriage, motherhood? They're stuck over there, and sometimes, even though if they're happy over there, perhaps it's fine. But if they're, if they want to do something else in life, or pursue their daughters or sons to, a more tougher roles, how should they go about?
Well, I find, see, there are two approaches to this, I feel. Generally, I've seen it, especially it happens more in corporates. These days, everybody makes their daughter study well, and they even put her in professional courses. So there are many who are engineers. They even get a good job after they complete their studies. But what happens is the biological clock works against the woman. You have to marry, that is a societal expectation, and then soon after marriage, within 1 year or 2 years, if you don't bear children, there will be a lot of societal pressure, and people will keep asking. Your own near dear ones will ask, what happened, why is it not happening, and so on. So you are expected to bear children and even to look after. You have to nurture the child more than what a man does. You have to give time to the offsprings. So therefore, it's a little, Mother Nature has been harsh on women. But so there in corporates, what happens, once they take off for as a maternity leave or whatever, I'm told they do not come back to the same position. They are either given a lower position than what they were, or they find that their colleagues have overtaken them in many aspects and they've moved ahead. So they suffer. So many of them, that is why don't go back, because sometimes they don't get the job they want or don't get the post they want, or sometimes they're made to settle for the lesser ones, which may not be as per their capability. They're made to settle for the lesser ones. So that is why also some women give up. Why should I go, thinking that way? But I think every woman should pursue whatever interests her, and definitely people who are working prior to childbearing, they obviously would be interested in going to work, because today's generation is quite different from the older generation, and everybody wants to go and work, but they are sometimes not able to because of the family pressures of the kids and so on. But still, I think there is need to assert, because I don't view work as just a means of livelihood. I don't view it as just an instrument to make both ends meet. Many families are quite capable, comfortable to meet various needs. Work is not mainly for earning money. It's also, a way of engaging with yourself and realizing your full potential. It's a personality development. You keep learning throughout life. And when you go out and work, you realize how the society is changing, or how the world is moving ahead, or in what direction it is moving. So you are able to understand the world, and also able to contribute actively. A mom who is at home, of course, that is a homemaker, is also a contributor, but an indirect contributor to the economy. But if you have your own job where you earn and you spend on your own, not only you are economically independent, but also it gives you an outlet. It makes your potential, it makes yourself realize your potential fully. You know what world is, you'll be able to guide your children. So it's a measure to engage with yourself. I think everybody should be engaged with something or the other. So please do go for the job. Don't sit at home, or else take up something on your own which interests you, uh, your hobby, but pursue it vigorously to the extent it satisfies you.
That's a very, very interesting insight. Thank you for speaking to Mums and Stories,
Thank
Miss
you.
Roopa.